Okay, David, Kevin Dye Painting here. I do these video bids. I'll explain more on the telephone to save video camera time, but I'll kind of go through what we do. First off, it does look like she needs some paint. We basically come in, we trench these rocks back away from the wall so that when I pressure wash and I paint, I have an even line. I don't have some concrete. Everything is masked. We're very adamant about our prep. Things like that is caulked in, this line right here, everything. I mean, we try to make it appear as if the property was dipped. That's the whole idea. And then that guy would obviously be scraped, primed, painted. I can do a separate bid just for the decks. So far I haven't seen them, but this one's a little dry, so I could use one. I use a low sheen paint on all of the woodwork so that it's cleanable with a hose and so forth, but it's not a flat and it's not a semi-gloss. I don't like a big shine. I do use a semi-gloss more on the doors because they're high traffic areas, and the trim around the doors and so forth and stuff like this. It repels water and you're touching it all the time. All lights are taken off the building completely for when we pressure wash. Again, everything is caulked in, even that little 1x line up there. Nails like those guys right there are reset. Prep is really the key to any paint job. I do use the best Kelly-Moore paint that I can buy. I don't like to screw around with the cheap stuff. It's better to use the more expensive, and it lasts a heck of a lot longer. All this stuff will be pressure washed clean and scraped and primed if it's bare wood. We have a 2-year warranty. Any issues, we come back, we fix it for free. So I kind of take my time to make sure it's correct. I even caulk in stuff like those. I just like the appearance of a house that's dipped, that's just one solid unit. And that way too, I mean, if you do it correctly, you can get a 10-year paint job or more. I've got a couple I've done up in Dorrington that still look really, really good. All this mold will be bleached, walls will be trenched out, and then they will be pressure washed so they are a clean stem wall. Bubbling, stuff like this right there, that will all be removed. All this will be caulked in. Everything will be properly masked. I even caulk stuff like that line, this outside line. It's important that we seal everything up. Again, prep is the key. Okay, and having a clean house. You had some issues, it looks like. I would probably use a Kelbond on the back of this. It would help do a build. It's a high build product that I carry in my truck that helps it so we get rid of some of this. It looks like that it was just scraped and painted, and you know, there's still some bubbling right there, and some of that. I could clean some of that up so it looks a little more professional. Unfortunately, you know, I don't like to sell a job on the other painter not being good. I can only sell on what I do, and I can make this look a lot better back here. You got some peeling up there, obviously. Not a big deal though. This is normally what we do. We pull out some of this old stuff right here where needed, and then we'd re-caulk all that line. Yeah, I'd pull all that stuff out because it's already coming out anyway. And then we'll patch everything. Yeah, I think coming in and really putting some scraping. This one needs some prep, that's for sure. I'm not going to go up on the deck. Railings, obviously they need a little bit of help, but not a big deal. Doors, like I said, semi-gloss. Everything else low sheen, stuff like that. I like to get in and kind of use a product called Carbondo. It's funny, but you put that stuff in there, it lasts 20 years. Very tough. Underneath the deck, I usually just take it to that first post, and then obviously the wall back there because it's part of the house, but I usually just do the first post. It looks like that's what they had done as well. That saves you a lot of money. It's expensive to do underneath decks. It takes, you know, about a day and a lot of materials. We're not the cheapest, but we're definitely not the most expensive, but without a doubt we do the most prep than anybody I've seen up here. Okay, I got a woodpecker hole up there. What I do is I kind of take a hole saw and I put a template on there, and then I cut a bigger perfect round hole, and then I take a piece of T111 siding that I have that I just carry around, and I match the hole up with a line, that line in the siding, so that it's just a plug basically. It's kind of like doing a drywall patch, but I do that plug, and it looks a lot better than trying to do like what they did on the lower spots, and that's just fill it with a material, because you can always tell when you do a plug. You really have to look to see it. I could show you some pictures of that as well. We do a lot of them, definitely in Dorrington. Okay, and then again, a lot of scraping, a lot of pressure washing. And then I would suggest, just me, I would probably suggest I'd probably take my belt sander to this too. See if I can clean up some of this stuff right here, because that shouldn't have been painted, but just that edge. 10 minutes would really have a nicer appearance for when you pull up. I would suggest that we just give a pressure wash to the deck and just put a coat of stain. Nothing, you know, nothing to the point of sanding the deck down completely, but just putting a new fresh coat of stain. And I could probably match that color. It just looks like a redwood. And then up here as well. And then that is pretty much what I do. Yeah, a lot of prep on this guy. It's time to do it correctly and not look back. So that's what I do. I could match whatever colors you want. No matter what the color change is, it's the same cost. I do 2 coats on everything, and I back brush and back roll. So the reality is it's going to be 2 coats, and if you can't cover it in 2 coats, then, well, you're in trouble. So hopefully this video helps. I will send it over with a bid as well. I'll give you a call here in a little bit, and we can go from there. I think I'd even, that little diverter up there, I'd even paint that little diverter, like just use a Rust-Oleum or something and paint it in a black or something, just so, with an oil base, just so that it looks a little cleaner. And that's pretty much what I would do. And let's, so I'll send everything out to you today, and you can definitely give me a call when you get a chance. Dye Painting, 209-480-3738. Thank you.